What's up, everyone? So, it's been a while since I've basically revisited this mod, the changing Sora outfits. It's been like 2 months since I've uploaded this since I've updated the mod. But I want you to know I have been working on it, and there's a few changes I'd like to go over in this thing. There's now going to be 2 separate versions of the mod, and I'll show you the differences real quick, but I just want to show you the differences with the original. So the couple things that I had to fix were, well, quite a few things. Well, for one, there's now a default. You can now have 5 outfits. So there's a default outfit that you start off with, and then 4 additional outfits for the D-pad inputs. You know, they'll still change just by pressing the D-pad, so you don't have to worry about that. And if you're wondering how do you get back to the default, well, you just get back to it by dying. Every time you die, you'll reset back to your default outfit, which is nice. The next thing I had to fix was a couple of issues with the Keyblade. Originally, I had everything set up into one model name. Well, I ended up needing to split them up because I actually needed to set the Keyblade invisible for certain things, like Sora's losing animation where he's clapping, and then his back throw where he throws the Keyblade. So I needed to fix that, so that way his Keyblade would actually be turned invisible properly. So that's all fixed. But other than that, it's still the same mod, but now you can have an additional outfit. But there is an entirely another version of this mod that I do want to quickly show you that I think a lot of you might find more fun and a lot more interesting. Okay, so this is another version of the mod. And the one thing that makes this one different is while the other one would activate right around on frame 1, this one instead waits a certain amount of frames to activate, but also it plays some special sound effects. And the difference with this one is if you press the button again, it will reset back to your default outfit. You'll still reset to default when you die, but this way, it's like you're actually entering a drive form. I kind of just programmed in some random voice lines. I'm going to fix that later on. I'll actually figure out some different voice lines for Sora to use. But I just sort of picked out these ones. Now, the one issue with this one is, unlike the other one, it requires you to taunt. The other one just requires you to press D-pad. This one requires you to taunt, which means it won't work in your online Elite Smash games. It'll work in offline and in arenas, but it won't work online, which is sort of the one problem with this. And the other thing that I probably need if you're only using this on, let's say, Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora, I mean, these effects and sound effects will still play on every skin. This isn't just limited to Kingdom Hearts 3, so I'm thinking maybe I should make a version that maybe just limits this to Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3, because I think that's what most of you guys are going to end up using this for, is the Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3 skins. But I still don't know. But I thought that having one that played little effects would just be a really nice touch. If you die, you'll still reset back to default. But this, I thought this one would end up being a lot cooler, because we're going to have some fun little special effects. Okay, so that's done. Now I need to show you guys a newer tutorial on how to work this mod to make sure that everything works as intended. Because my last tutorial sucked, and I need to give you guys a better one. One final thing that I want to do is, let's say you download the mod. For now, I only have this one. Obviously, the full mod will have C00 through C07. But let's say you want to delete them. You don't want it over every single mod. Literally just delete the ones you don't want. Because I've had some people ask me if they have to have it over every mod. No. The plugin is looking for a specific object name that Sora has that I've named myself, which means if you have a model that just doesn't have any of those names, the plugin will do nothing. It won't crash the game, won't do anything. So if, let's say you didn't want C03, you just delete it. Just delete the folders you don't want, and then to rectify that, head to the config, and then let's say I deleted C03. Go down here, and then just delete everything from this blue bracket up to this, and then make sure this comma is gone. And then now you'd have it set for just one slot. Obviously, I'm not going to save that. Is that going to save automatically? I'll kill myself if it does. Fun. Well, whatever. I'll fix it later. But now the config works properly. It should work properly. So yes, you can delete what you don't want. Don't keep it if you don't want it, because I'm not forcing you to do that. All right. So this is the tutorial section. Once again, I'm going to try to make this. I'm actually going to try my best to make this one clear. Not necessarily just super easy and quick. I'm going to make it as clear as possible in hopes that this will make this one a lot easier for you guys watching, because the last time I was very dumb in how I did this. So real quick, if you're running the program I'm using right here, is called SSBH Editor. You can just, pretty easily find this on GitHub. It's a great tool that I use to view all my Smash models. It's any Smash model. It's really nice. So as you can see, we've got some textures here called Outfit 1 Blade, body, and hair. These are used to control Sora's hair color, his Keyblade color, and his outfit color. Yeah, and as you know, there's 4 of them, and now there's a default section for the default hair. Just like before, you still cannot edit the eye textures and his skin textures, but like, hopefully that's not a big deal. So regardless, I'm going to quickly run through it by just doing, for right now, the outfits, because the whole process is the same no matter what you do. It just depends on how you name the textures. So what we're going to do is I'm going to keep the default outfit the same, but of course you can do whatever you want. You don't have to do the exact ones that I'm doing. And then I'm going to do limit form for outfit 1. Hopefully I have all these just laying around, but yeah, limit form for outfit 1. And well, I'll just figure it out as I go. But let's start with limit form. So I need my limit form. That's somewhere here. So we'll head to there. And then for limit form, as you can see, the only thing limit form has is just this, Def Trail 2001 call. That is the texture for Sora's outfits in Kingdom Hearts 2. I'll put it up on screen what they all look like, but basically, Def Trail 001 is Kingdom Hearts 1, Def Trail 2001 is Kingdom Hearts 2, Def Trail 3D 001 is Dream Drop Distance, and Def Trail 3001 is Kingdom Hearts 3. When it comes to the hair textures, they'll always be Def Trail 002. That's accurate across all of his skins. And it's the same thing with his Keyblade. His Keyblade is Def Trail 003. All easy to find. Now, as you can see, the one that I have for limit form is only the COL. You may also notice that there is a NOR and a PRM. This just means that the mod for my limit form is using the default NOR and PRM, which means you can just leave these. If you download a mod and you find that they only have one of those textures, then that means that they're just using the default ones for the rest of them. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to copy this to make it easier on me, is I'm going to name this outfit 1 underscore body underscore COL. That's the name that it has to be. And then I'm going to move it over to here. This is the mod folder. I'll just move it over here. Now, open this up and then hide, go down here and then hide outfit default 4, 2, and 1. There you go. Now I have limit form 1 outfit 1. So that's how you do it with that. And then you'll rename it for all of them. Outfit default, body, or any of those ones, depending on what you want the name to be. If I can find, if I have final form, I'll do that one as well, just so that way we have 2 of them to work with. Where are you? Final form. Okay. Fighter trail model body 07. That's a weird. Okay, yeah. And then here it is. Now this one has all 3. I'm just going to rename all 3 of them just for fun, just to really show it. So copy paste, and then rename this one once again to outfit. We'll do outfit 3 body COL, and then copy this over. And then this one is an NOR. And then PRM. That over here. And now, well, most of it is the same. Outfit 3 is now final form, and outfit 1 is still limit form. Simple as that. You know what? Since I'm here, just for fun, I'll do a Keyblade one as well. We'll do that one for outfit 2. How about that? Which one do I have a Keyblade texture I can use? Let's see. Here we go. We'll use this one. So we'll take the Keyblade, which is right here, Def Trail 003. This one should only be using the call. Yeah. We'll call it, well, I should copy it because I don't want to replace it. Outfit 2 underscore blade underscore COL. Move it over. And then let's grab a hair texture so I can at least do something else here. I should have a hair texture in the Yozora mod. Yosora, here we go. Here we go. And then for him, it'll be Def Trail 002. So I'll copy paste it and then rename it to outfit 4 underscore hair COL. Move it over. And now we can use SSBH editor to just look at all the changes. So, you know, default is still the same, but if I remove the hair, there's the different hair for, what the hell? Different hair, there's still the different outfits, and then there's your other blade. Boom. Just like that. Simple, hopefully. And I'll quickly just show it off in game. Actually, one other thing, just for when you download the mod, you'll notice that there is now a thing called plugin.nro. And the thing, somebody was kind enough to tell me that if I just rename my plugin to NRO, you can just leave it in the mods folder. You don't actually have to put it in the Skyline folder, which I know will be probably a big help for some of you, because I had some people that were actually confused on where to put the plugin, which is my fault. I should have told you where to put it, but now I can just stay in the folder, so that'll make it a lot easier for the future. All right, here we are. As you can see, we changed this for limit form. Go here, got our Keyblade. But here we got final form, and then here we got the hair. Look it again, and then we go back to normal. So, you know, it's all that stuff. So that was hopefully the simple part. But now one thing that I know you might want to do is you might want to just change the Keyblade. But not in the sense that you change the texture, you want to change the Keyblade model. Maybe you just want to have, so the next part of this tutorial is going to be just changing it to one other Keyblade. So maybe you just want to nab Oblivion or Oathkeeper and make that the only Keyblade over all of his outfits. So that's what I'll be showing you in the next part. That one's going to be a lot more difficult, because it's a lot more than just moving over files. It's going to be a lot of stuff in Blender. But either way, I'll show that to you. Okay, I'm really dumb, so I'm gonna do this on the fly anyways, even though I probably shouldn't, but I'm gonna do it regardless. So first thing we're gonna need is obviously Blender. It's incredibly important part. You can download the newest version. I believe the newest version is 4.2. Another thing you can do is you can get Blender on Steam. That's what I personally use, because it allows me to switch versions whenever I need to. I'm currently using Blender 4.0 because I'm too lazy to do it, to upgrade, I mean. But you can grab... But the next thing you need is a plugin for Blender called Smash Ultimate Blender. Right here. This is the next thing that you're going to need. And as you can see right now, there is a version for 4.2. But if we go to releases, there is a version for 4.1, and there is also a version for 4.0. And also 3.6. So nab whatever version of Blender that you are going to end up using, whether it's 4.0, 4.1, 4.0, or 3.6, whatever version. I think all those are available on Steam. Just make sure to nab the corresponding version, because as you can see, 4.2 is not guaranteed to work on 4.0. It won't work on 4.0. This one does not work on 4.0, and Blender 4.0 does not work on anything older or newer than that. So you need to grab the version that is made for your version of Blender. So now that all of this is done, so once you have that, you're going to download it, and don't unzip it. Keep the zip file, and then just open up whatever version of Blender you're working with. And to install it, I'm going to read this. To install it, you'll head to Edit, Preferences, and then you'll go to Add-ons, and then you'll click Install, and you'll find the zip file, and then you'll double-click it and install it. And then when you install it, you can find Smash Ultimate Blender and make sure it is obviously checked. Like, for example, I'll uncheck it, make sure that it is checked. And you'll know if it's checked is because when you click this little arrow box right here, you'll notice there's now a tab called Ultimate. Now you're ready to start working with the models. So for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change Sora's Kingdom Hearts 2 Sora's Keyblade from the regular Kingdom Key to one of the new mods I just released, the the new Kingdom Key, an upgraded model basically. And I'm going to do that over all all 5 of the Keyblades. So what we're going to do for this is we're going to quickly open up the default one that I have here. Change the Sora outfit. 01. I'll keep the textures the same because it doesn't really matter. The big thing is just keeping the Keyblade correct. So we'll import this model. And we can click this button to view the actual textures. And we're just going to delete the Keyblade. We're just going to click it and then just delete each of the Keyblade models because we don't need any of them. We're just going to be completely replacing them. So now Sora has no Keyblade models, which is good. So now you're going to find the Keyblade that you want. The Keyblade model that you want, you're going to import it. So for example, for my Kingdom Key mod, I will go to Cage3 Kingdom Key, Trail Model, Body, C01. And we will import it. Now, as you can see, there's our Kingdom Key. Problem is, it's connected to a different Sora model, which is bad. We need to disconnect it from that. So I'm going to quickly go to... Now, the Kingdom Key that I have is in 2 different parts, because I'm not going to use low shape, because, yeah, I'd rather die. But to do this, I have to make sure that I am both parts. But the real thing that... It doesn't matter how many parts the Keyblade is in. The only thing that matters is that the Keyblades all have the same name based off their outfit. So I am going to select both of these, Control and select both of these, and then I'm going to press Alt and P. That'll bring up this menu called Clear Parent. You're going to click the first one, Clear Parent. Boom. Now the Keyblade is no longer attached to this Sora's model. So if I delete it, boom, now the Keyblade is still there. Now before I move it over here, I actually want to change the texture name. Now, thankfully, because I've already been doing this, I already have blades, so I'm going to change it to... I'm just going to scroll... Oh, wait, is it not here now? Oh, no, there it is. Death Trail Sword 1, default, and all that stuff. So we'll change it to Sword default. I know the texture is going to look bad. I'm going to port over the textures later on to do it. So the textures are going to look a little bit messed up, but that's fine. We'll port over the textures that we need later on after we're done here. So once that's done, we need to rename this to just trail underscore outfit default. In the last version, one of the things that I had, or no, that's definitely not the right name. What the hell am I talking about? Not outfit default. It would be, sorry, my fault. Trail underscore sword default. Okay. One of the things that, because yeah, one of the things that I messed up in the original is I had it trail underscore sword default, and then like a bunch of stuff after like viz object. I eventually realized I didn't need all that garbage. All I needed was this. So we'll keep that and we'll port it to this as well. Now they both are named trail sword default. This will ensure that the plugin removes their visibility when it needs to. So now that it's ready, so once you're ready to import this to them, select both of them, then scroll up and also select Smush Blender Import, and then hit Control and then P. Now you'll have set parent to. This is going to parent this Keyblade to Sora's model, and we're going to click with empty groups. There. Now the Keyblade is parented to Sora's object, but we only have one Keyblade done. We need 5 more. Well, that's where we're going to select both of these, and then we're just going to copy and paste them 4 times. Simple as that. And then we'll just delete just the models. Don't click delete hierarchy, just click delete. That will ensure that it will just delete all the armature, but it will keep the models that you need. So next, we're not going to do sword trail default. We're going to do Def Sword 1, Def Sword 1, and then we'll rename these to trail underscore sword 1, trail underscore sword 1. Then we can just, as we're done, just parent them into the new one. Def Sword 2, Def Sword 2. Actually, you know what? I'll make this easier on myself. I will combine both of these objects for now. It'll split them up later on. Oh, actually, no, that's a bad idea. I shouldn't do that. Because they actually share, because it actually won't split them up because they're going to share the same texture. Keep this going and do sword 3, 3. And finally, sword 4. Keep almost forgetting to name the things. Oh, geez. Make sure you don't make any spelling mistakes. If you spell anything even one word off, the program will not function properly. It won't crash your game, but it won't function, which is bad. So now if we scroll into all the swords, yeah, so we do have 2 objects for each one, but it's not a big deal. As long as they all share the same name, they'll get split up properly. Okay. Now we can export the model. Now to do this, we're going to click on Model Exporter. Click Armature. You'll click on Smush Blender Import. That means it'll bring it to this model. Select Vanilla NUSKTB. Basically, just go back to the original mod that you started with. So that'll be the original Changing Sora outfit mod, and then use this. It really doesn't matter which. It doesn't actually matter which model NUSKTB it is, as long as it's just the KH2 skin. So either it's Valor or as long as it's just the KH2 skin, it will be fine. And I'll export the files. So I'm just going to export this right into Changing Sora outfit, and I'm not going to export the textures because we're going to overwrite them anyways. So it's going to take. That's done. So now we can head back. And now, when we're going to go in here, obviously, should hopefully be good. Where did I export it? Oh, no. Oh, I exported to the GB mods. Oh, okay. I'm just dumb. Whoop, I exported it here instead. That's fine. No big deal. I was like, that's weird. It didn't work. So, yeah, there's a whole lot of issues here. So outfit 1, outfit 2. Oh, I renamed so hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, like I said before, I probably shouldn't have been doing this on the fly, but I'm doing it anyways. Okay, so I fixed up that issue. So, but as you can see, the whole texture is wrong. We have the wrong texture. So now we need to move over the texture that we actually need. So this is where you get the whole renaming thing. So we're going to head to just all the blades. We're just going to fucking delete them. So outfit 3 blade, outfit 2 blade, outfit 1 blade, outfit 4 blade, and then outfit default blade, since they're all being reset. Get rid of them, and now we'll head into the original one, which means I'll go to Kingdom Hearts 3 Kingdom Key, and then I'll just nab the textures. And I'm using the COL and PRM, which means I will have to change a little bit. This is a reason why you might need SSBH editor, because there may be a couple other things, since this one is actually missing an NOR, which is fine. So we'll copy this in, and we'll rename it to outfit default. Default blade COL, and PRM. Move them over again. Bit 1 blade COL. And then paste them again. Just keep doing this until you get them all filled out. Okay, but like I said before, I'm missing an NOR texture for these, which is because I'm not using them. So there will still be a little bit of an issue with how shiny it is. So to fix that, you're going to head into this, the model.num ATB. And so the first texture, as you can see, it's missing one. Well, for this one, we'll just change it to the normal, to the default normal, because that's what I use for these. And we'll just do that for all of these. We'll do that for all the swords. Normal. Normal, and then all of them. No, one more. There we go. As you can see now, the textures are all right, and it's not, extremely white and shiny. So let's quickly go into the game and make sure it works and doesn't crash my game. While this is booting up, I'll just quickly talk. If you're wondering why you need to make sure that the textures also match the names that I'm giving you, it's because of the config.js. It's because of the config.json. If you want to name the textures whatever you want, you can. It's just you've got to make sure that they're applied properly in SSBH editor. And then you also need to make sure that that is in the config.json, because the config imports the textures that the game might not recognize. So, all those textures that I have, like outfit 1 body, those are all in the config because obviously the game won't recognize them otherwise. So if you want to name it whatever you want, you can. Just make sure to update the config and make sure that it's wrapped properly in SSBH editor. If you're going to do this step, you're really going to want SSBH editor to ensure that everything is working properly. If it shows up properly in SSBH editor, odds are it'll show up in game. All right, we're in here now, and as you can see, we've got the new Kingdom Key up. You can see we can change up. I know its texture is not changing. That's fine. We didn't make any of those changes. So, but as you can see, the Kingdom Key remains proper, and just like before, if you grab and throw, oh my god, look at that! The Keyblade actually disappears and then reappears properly. So that's for this part of the tutorial. If you're wondering, well, what if I want to do multiple Keyblades? Well, pretty simple. You do what I just showed you, but instead of just doing one Keyblade, you just keep importing Keyblades. But just in case people need help, I will show in the next one. I will do 5 separate Keyblades. That is not going to be fun for me. Yo, we're back in Blender. This one is going to be hell on earth, but let's do it. Okay, 5 different Keyblades. For this one, I'm going to keep the default Keyblade the same because I don't want to have to do 5. So I'm going to keep the cage for Kingdom Key I have, but then we're going to do 4 other Keyblades. And I'm going to make them simple, hopefully. I'll just do some ones that I have just sort of stored in my system. This will give me a little bit of time to teach a little bit else, something else that you might end up encountering. So let's go here. We'll open up the model, extend this out, scroll all the way down, and then delete the swords that we don't need. So all of these. And also, like before, I'll make sure to upload one with the accurate hair on KH2 and 3 Sora, so don't worry about that. But anyways, so let's start with... Oh man, what do I even have? Let's grab something here. Let's do the Dream Sword mod that I have. Let's do that. That one sounds kind of fun. Let's do that as our second Keyblade. Dream Sword should be simple. Should just be one object. So we'll just take one because Viz object and low shape are the same thing. So we'll remove that, and then once again we'll name this Trail Sword 1. Go down here and we'll change the texture to Def Trail Sword 1. Texture gonna be messed up. That's fine. We'll fix it later. Merge it with the model. For the next Keyblade, we'll do... Oh boy, I've got way too much. Let's do Dive Wing. This is actually one that I want to do because one of the big issues you may run into is with the Dream Drop Distance model. The one thing I really dislike about modding Sora is that Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, 3 Sora, all of them have the same pose. But as you can see, this freaking little guy decides he's going to T-pose like this. And look at where the Keyblade is. It doesn't line up at all. So that means you can't just merge the Keyblade. So there are some slight changes you'll have to make to the model. So I'm going to show you exactly what you have to do. Now, the values aren't going to be the same for each one, but the one thing that is consistent is you're going to rotate it 45 degrees on the y-axis. Now, we're just going to move it. I'm using G here. If you press G on your keyboard, you can free motion the Keyblade. So I'm just locked onto the y-axis, and then I'm just going to move it into place. Simple as that. Make sure that it's actually good here. There. Pretty simple. You're just going to move it into place. Oh man, is it really that long? Should be fine. So that's going to be our second one, so I'll make that Sword 002. And if you're wondering about moving into Dream Drop Distance, then you'll take one of these Keyblades and you'll do -35. That will rotate it right there, and then you'll just free roam it as to where you need to go. That's how you move over from Dream Drop Distance to any other skin and any other skin to Dream Drop Distance. It's really simple. It's nothing too difficult, but it's annoying that you have to do it every time, and I wish it didn't happen. So Trail Sword 2. Merge this in here. Okay, next up is... What do I want? What are we thinking, boys? Something stupid on here that I can do? Let's do the new monochrome Keyblade I just did. Let's do that. Since it's made for C0. But yeah, that's the good thing, is that you can transfer from other Sora skins, like Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2, because they have the same T-pose. Even if they have different models, the good news is that their T-pose remains the same. Let's make this Trail Sword 3. Then move down to Def Sword 3. So funny. And then final Keyblade we'll do is... Let's do something real cool. I probably don't have anything that cool. Yeah, let's just do Oblivion. Let's just do Oblivion. Come on, it's the Oblivion Keyblade. We gotta do it. We gotta do at least one of these. I can't go a single day without using one of these Keyblades, ignoring the fact that I definitely don't have any of those Keyblades on modded Switch. I can't even see it! It's just like in there. Wait, let's see if I can click it. Yeah, there it is. Alright, we'll take out Oblivion. Do what we usually do, make this 4, and then move down to Sword 4. And then we'll move it in there. What does this even look by itself? Okay. All the Keyblades are done. So we'll do the same thing. Model export. Select the original. Let me go back until we get to... Perfect. Have that. Now, back here, and we will once again not export the textures. Now I'll have to spend time moving over the textures. I probably... Yeah, you guys have seen me rename a lot of stuff already, hopefully. So I'll probably skip over that and just do it when it's the finished product and show you in SSBH editor. All right, one other thing I want to add while I'm working on this is, for example, with the monochrome Keyblade, let me hold all these. Let's just make it a little bit easier to see. There we go. As you may notice that this one is actually missing a PRM. So I want to add it in case you want to know what the PRM is. So obviously we use the default number for this one. I would actually have a normal map to use, but for the PRM, if you find out that I'm not using one, that means I'm using another one of the default ones, and that one is called default param s. That's the default one I use. Usually I need to start adding normal maps to PRMs, even if I'm just using the default ones to make this easier on you guys. But what the fuck? Go away. There we go. Yep, there's that. Also, when you make changes in the model.numatb, make sure you save them. Please make sure you save them. Otherwise, you're not gonna have a fun time. Hey, so I ran into a quick issue with the Dream Sword that I did. I did it completely wrong. I said it was one object. It was not. Please make sure when you're importing Keyblade, please make sure to actually double check to make sure how many objects it has. Oh, Jesus Christ. So let me find the Dream Sword mod. Here it is. And I'm going to show you how to do it, because the Dream Sword mod isn't just 2 models, it's 2 textures. It's multiple different textures. So I need to show you what to do if you run into an object with multiple textures, like the Dream Sword mod. So in the event you run into this, you'll see that there is 2 textures. There's DevTrail 004 and DevTrail 003. In the event that this happens, what you're going to do is you're going to take both objects and unparent them, obviously. Now, how do you make this work in game? Well, you're going to have to, there's a little bit of editing to the config I'll show you. But what you're going to do is we'll take, let's just say 003, and obviously we'll rename it to outfit. What did I do for that one? I think I did it for outfit 1. Outfit 1, or what do we actually know? We called it Def Trail Sword 1. Yeah, that's what we called it. But what do we call this? Well, we're going to call it, you can call it whatever you want, but I'm going to call it Def Trail Sword 1_2 to show that it is still part of Sword 1, but it is a second part. To ensure that they are both still using the Sword 1 textures. And then when it comes to actually naming the textures down here, well, we'll head into said thing, and then we'll rename them to, once again, you can name them whatever texture you want. But let's say we would obviously name this one Outfit 1 Body, and then we'd call this one, let's say, Outfit 1 Sword 2. Yeah, Sword 2 COL. We'd name it that. And then we would just need to add this to the config.json. Now, I'd already have it in my config because, I did the whole thing, but you would add it to the config right here. So basically, I'm just going to create a new thing just to show you what it would look like. You're just going to be writing out basically the path to the file. Retro model body 01 bit 1 blade call. I copied it, so I want to then copy it. And there you go. Now it's in the config, and then you just save it. Obviously, I already have it here, so I'm going to get rid of it. But that's how you properly do a thing if I have one with 2 different textures, because you'll also notice with Yozora's blade that there's 3 different textures. So you'll need to know how to name them all properly to make sure that they all work. But once again, the textures can be named whatever you want them to be. Just make sure that they're in the config, and as long as the model name is the same, it'll all work just fine. Once again, man, doing it on the fly. Such a fucking smart idea. Such a smart idea. Okay, we've now added it to the config, so that way the game will make sure to pick it up. And then I'll make sure that this is all applied properly by getting rid of all of this stuff so I can show you. Okay, so these things are both applied incorrectly, I think. Hopefully I didn't mess anything up. I might have. Where's the... blade? There we go. This one might be messed up because I might have to No, it works. Okay, cool. Nice. I was worried that would not work. And both of these are just going to use the default thing. It does have a PRM? Whoa. I don't really want to have that one since it's a... I'll keep it. It gives it a little more style. I'm wasting time. All right, I'll be right back. Away we're back. I need to stop. So, I mean, as you can see right now, obviously all the Keyblades are just sort of visible at once. Well, I mean, there's a pretty obvious reason for that, and that's that, I don't care. No, I'm kidding. That's just because, like with the previous versions, it's still attached to his entry animation, so in training, they'll all be invisible at once, but if you load into the actual match with Sora's entry animation, this won't be an issue, but obviously we do that. Boom, there we go. Now we're down to just each Keyblade. We can go back to just the Kingdom Key, and, messed up his keychain. Funny. Huh. That's fine. Anyway, as you can see, now we're able to switch our Keyblades with each one.
Here we go.
Oh, small. Small dream sword.
Fire. Thunder. Here we go. Ha. Here we go.
Oh, he's playing the same noise when he... Oh, whatever, that's fine.
Ha. Cha.
That's all done. Now, there is one more part to this thing, and that's going to be for differing model things, which, rather than doing a full model swap like I did last time, I'm not going to show you to do that, because I don't think that's as cool. I'm instead going to show you just changing up his body type. So basically being able to change from essentially Kingdom Hearts 1 to Kingdom Hearts 2 to Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora. That'll be basically that'll be the final part of this tutorial. Alright, welcome to the final part of the tutorial. This will be, instead of changing Sora's Keyblade per one, this will change Sora's, not just his outfit, but his whole outfit model. So this is, what we're going to do is we're going to be changing between Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2, and Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora, by just sort of changing his outfit, which is basically the whole difference between the skins. But this is going to require us to do a little bit more than we usually do, but I'll show you what we're going to do here. So first thing we'll do is we'll snag the one that I've been editing for my whole fucking time. And we're only going to do 3, so we'll delete... Well, we're actually only going to do 2, because we're only adding Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. So we'll keep outfit default, and then we'll delete... Let's just do 1 and 3. Okay. So we're here. Out of this stuff. Scroll on here. And this means we're going to have to make some changes to Sora's skin. So, I'm going to delete... I have this body high shape, body low shape. We're going to delete low shape. And we're going to keep body high shape. And because we're going to be... Because Sora's skin models are not exactly the same across his models. And we're also going to have to change this one, called game model shape. So we're going to be changing these two. So we need to rename them to the same as this outfit. Just rename it to trail outfit. So this will be renamed to trail _ outfit default. The reason why this will work is because though the game model shapes are slightly different across skins, the only thing that's different is how much is covered up, how much is extended down here. But the whole thing is still the same to match up with his mouth. And then the difference between his arm ones is just the amount of his fingers that are showing for the KH3 skin. So the next thing we need to do is rename these textures. So we have this one called Skin Trail 001. We're going to just basically make another one of those. And I think I could probably just... Material. I could just copy it. There we go. I'm going to copy the skin texture, and then we're going to rename it to def skin default. What I named everything else? I don't even remember. Def Trail Skin 1. Yeah, that's a much better name. Skin default. There. And then this one will also use that same skin. Let's see what it is. There we go. As you can see, I changed the skin color, but nothing else changed. This is just to ensure that everything's working properly. Okay. And then, like I said before, we'll delete these outfits. We need to delete certain ones. So we're going to delete outfit 1 and 3, I said. Let's do 2 and 4, actually. I changed my mind. Delete outfit 2 and delete outfit 4. Now, we'll import Kingdom Hearts 1 Sora. This is where you might need the raw game files for Smash. I'm not going to personally teach you how to do that because it takes too much time, and that's not the point of this tutorial. But you can always look up there's plenty of tutorials out there on how to rip the raw game files from Smash as long as you have a modded Switch. Thank you. In fact, well, Yuzu unfortunately doesn't exist anymore because I actually did it from Yuzu, but they don't exist anymore. So I guess that kind of sucks. Okay, we're gonna. Well, that didn't do anything. Okay. So what we'll need from this Kingdom Hearts 1 Star, we'll need the body high shape that is his outfit. So we'll Alt-P and remove that. And then we'll need this body high shape that is his arm texture, and then game model shape. Delete it. Okay. Now we've got the game model shapes that we need. So Death Trail 001. So this one would become outfit Death Trail outfit 2. It's going to mess up the textures, but once again, we'll fix it once we get out of here. Skin Trail 001. We'll need to copy that. And name it Death Skin, no, Death Trail Skin 2. Yes. And this one will do the same thing. Okay. Put everything into here. Oh my god. Okay. Now let's go back and let's add Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora. And, obviously you can do whatever textures you want for this. If you want it to be default Kingdom Hearts 2 Sora and then one of the modded skins for Kingdom Hearts 1 Sora and then Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora is like light form or something, you can do that. Oh, this is actually one of my modded skins for... Oh, that'll work just fine. You know what? We'll just roll with it. So, like before, we'll take... Okay, now Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora is going to be a little hard because there's a lot of these ones called high shapes, as you can see, because they decided to split his outfit textures into so many things. So what I'm going to do to save you some time here is I'm going to delete just the things I don't need real quick. So I need that. And then this is the hair. Okay, so delete that. Now what you're going to do is take everything else here. This is all of his outfit texture, and just do Control J, merge it all into one object. It can all be one object. They're all using the same texture. I don't know why Smash doesn't do that. It's not like it's using that many objects and it's going to lag the game. It's stupid and it's dumb. So there you go. Alt-P to clear parent. Oh, wait, and then we need game model shape. All right. Okay. So like we did before, this will be outfit 4. Death Trail outfit 4. This is called Skin Trail 002. Now we're not using it as a base, so I probably don't have to copy it. I could probably just rename it, but I'll copy it and then I'll call it Death Trail Skin 4. Same with this. Now we'll, once again, Control P with empty groups to add it. Okay. This is a monstrosity. Oh my god. How do you feel about this, Sora? Alright. Obviously, before we completely finish, I need to make sure I actually rename these properly. Should be Kingdom Hearts 3, so trail underscore outfit 4. Fit 2. No, it's the other way around. That's why I should have looked at that first. Yeah, can you believe that I forgot to rename these things? So I'm putting this in here to make sure that I don't screw you guys over. It's too early in the morning. Four, fit four. Don't be like me. Make sure that your stuff is named properly so it'll actually work in game. Jesus Christ. Export it again. It's fine. As you can see now, I'm much further along in the process and the textures are working properly. I got that far and then realized, oh crap. Ooh, look at that, I'm back again. Okay, so I did make one more mistake in the future, which is I didn't even think about this, but I was realizing if we do add these other skin textures, well, we're gonna need two more. We just did outfit 2, outfit 4, and outfit default. Well, we need to do one for outfit 1 and 3, or else they won't have skin. So we're gonna take the default, we're gonna control, and we're gonna copy it twice. All right. Now let's just fix this. So this one will be called skin 3. Outfit 3. Outfit 3. And same thing here. This time we'll make it outfit 1. Skin 1. Outfit 1. P. Oops, there we go. I cannot believe how much time I have to come back to look at this because I really forgot just how much work this last one actually is. There's a lot of stuff that you have to do. It's not not as fun as you'd think it would be. Now we'll export the model. Still, we're going to just select the NUSTKB, NUSKTB, okay, from the Kingdom Hearts 1 version because that's still the bone set that we're using. We'll export it here, and I will export the textures because we're going to be renaming the skin textures, adding our own ones and renaming because this should come with the skin textures that we need that we can just rename. So we are going to have to add to the config because we're adding these skin textures. So we'll be adding to the config. Let's go. I love adding to config files. Okay, while I wait for this to process, let me just exporting. Okay, this probably is going to have a lot more stuff that we're going to have to do. Okay. Well, it didn't add that many more textures, so this actually shouldn't be too bad. All right. Let's see what we're looking at right now. Okay, well, first of all, there is some unneeded textures in here. The out trail, we don't need that. That's just, we don't need that stuff. The eye ones we don't need because the eye color is staying the same. Is that it? No, there's a bunch more stuff. Okay, well, we will have to change skin trail stuff. Well, no, we won't need this. We can keep skin trail 4 and skin trail 3. Hold on, 3 and then 4. Yeah, that's good. And as you can see, we're left with Skin Trail 001, which is going to be Kingdom Hearts 2 Sora, and then Skin Trail 001, .001, that one is going to be Kingdom Hearts 2, and then Skin Trail 3001, that will be Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora. Okay, now there is going to be something missing here because I deleted those 001s, but that's fine because we don't care. So to fix that, we'll go to the model, NUMATB, and then we'll just replace these with what was missing. Outro 003 is, okay, that's really dumb. Let me, okay, that's fine. We'll just scroll down and we'll just replace it with the stuff that we already have. So Skin Trail 004, NOR, PRM. Look at that. Boy's doing so good. Now we'll do 004. And we're just replacing with the original textures so we don't have to add to the config and fuck our entire lives up. Back. Now I got all this stuff fixed up. So we're mostly looking normal except for yeah. So let's do a little bit of renaming here. So we'll do, shouldn't there be two? You know that I think about it? That's weird. Let me check something. Hold on. I can make some copies if I need to. It's never a big deal. But where's the skin textures? Jeff Trail skin? Skin default uses that. Okay, what does skin 2 use then? Oh, it uses the original. Ooh, it's not supposed to do that. Okay, that's not even a big deal. We'll just make copies. Pretty simple. Okay, so this is skin. What am I doing? Outfit default skin COL. Yeah. And this will be skin 2, but we don't want to use the original because we need it for the expressions. So we need to make sure we still have the original for that stuff. So we'll rename this to outfit 2 underscore skin underscore COL. Or TRM. So next is skin trail 3. Those are 1 COL. We'll name that 2. Outfit 4. Through all that stuff. And TRM. Okay. Now we need to just fix the outfit textures. So the body textures. So we need to fix this. And outfit 4. Okay. So now just want to double check to make sure I. Okay, well, why does it do that? That's okay. Sometimes that happens. It's fine. It'll still work just fine. Just got to make sure that we fix that. Wait, no, not that. Okay. Okay, that's better. So I always double check just to make sure that that's all correct. Okay, now we'll grab the textures that we're missing in. Actually, it doesn't matter what KH3 or KH1 texture we use. I'm just going to use the ones I have as default. They're not the same, but I don't care. So like before, we're looking for DevTrail 001. Bit 2 body. Find these 3. And outfit 4 body COL. Copy. And PRM. Whoa. Okay, now the outfits seem to match up properly. Now we need to fix the skin. So let me find skin 4 and nab up these skin 4 textures that we made. Skin 4. Skin 4. Ugh. Oh, wait, yeah. Skin 4 and then skin 4. Okay. And then we find skin 2. Or skin default. Skin default. Oh, yeah. I did all of them, so that would make sense. Skin default. There it is. Skin 2, you're still not supposed to be using that. You're supposed to be using skin 2, so I'm going to fix you up real quick. Okay. No gaps in between. All right, now that's all ready to go. There's one final thing we have to do. We got to add to the config file. But maybe you're not super well with config file, or you usually don't want to do this. Well, thankfully, there's a tool that we can use to help us. That'll also make sure to link in the description here, but we're going to find a tool called Reslaughter GUI right here. And we can use this to automatically, you can use this to reslot the functions, but the real thing is that you can use this to generate your config files. So you can go right to the downloads and re-download it. I obviously already have it. So you'll unzip it and then you can use it. So I have it right here. It's this little console, and then it asks this. Or it's in search directory. I'm going to click no. I don't want me to select my mod's main folder. Okay, well, it actually is that one, but you'll find the main folder just right here where it says fighter. Select folder, and then bring up this little thing right here. So we're going to keep everything the same. Current slot, new slot C01, C03, and then share from. For some characters, it depends on if they have different models or not. For Sora, your share from would be either C01, C00, C01, C02, C03, or C04. Because these three just reuse models. But Sora has a lot of different models. So we're going to make sure that C01 and C03, aka Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora. Then we'll click change slots. And it will say, would you like to generate a new one? Yes, we'll just generate a new config file. And then we've got a new config here. And if we scroll through it, there's all the new skin textures, just like we needed. And I should also have my, play to call. Yep, it's got all of those textures that we needed. So we'll take the config and we'll move it over here and replace the old one. And then we'll delete this mod. Okay, there we go. Here. And then we can test it in Raging. So I'll be right back. All right, we're back in Smash, and everything's still stacked up, but now everything should hopefully work just fine.
Let's go. Yeah.
Yep, there we go.
Here we go.
So now we're able to switch between
Yeah.
the Soras. That was interesting.
Here we go. Yeah.
There we go.
Here we go. Yeah.
So that's the full end of this tutorial. That's basically everything I can teach you. Once again, if you have any questions, you can always DM me on Discord. I'll flash what my Discord is up on screen. You can always message me on there if you need extra help, and I'll try my best to help you out in any way that I can. Oh man, this is kind of cool.